We're talking about something that feels really uncomfortable for many of us, and that is money. Now, let's be real. Talking about it can feel transactional, awkward, or even a little taboo. But what if I told you that talking about money is actually a green flag?
Oh, yes.
It means you're opening yourself up to new learnings, perspectives, or even psychology. So if you're someone who likes to sit down with uncomfortable topics, you're welcome to stick with me until the end of this video. Hi everyone, this is me again, Jo, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's episode, we're talking about something we don't usually discuss openly. Specifically, why there are so many Filipinos don't have bank accounts and what that means for our daily lives. Now, before you think, oh, this is just being lazy or being irresponsible, let me tell you, it's more complicated than that. It's about culture, income, trust, and yes, even geography. So if you're someone who's wondering why there are so many Filipinos don't have bank accounts, then this video is tailored for you. Number one, low financial literacy. And let me start with knowledge. The Philippines scores low in global financial literacy rankings. That is why most of us never learned about savings, interest, or investment basics in school. So, a lot of us Filipinos grew up thinking that if we put our money in the bank, it might disappear. Or I won't get enough for my daily needs. Now, some of you might think, oh, Jo, that's careless. But to be honest, it's about knowing the benefits of banking. And admit it or not, if no one teaches you, it's scary to start. You ready for number two? Okay, so number two, income levels. Here's what I'd like you to learn. Most Filipinos earn just enough to cover daily expenses, sometimes cash, sometimes irregularly. And bank often requires minimum balance or charge maintenance fees. Now, think about it. For someone who earns just a few hundred pesos a day, it feels like the bank is taking more than it's giving. So instead, people keep cash at home or in Palawagan. Have you heard about Palawagan? It's a rotating savings group. So meaning it's informal, social, or I'd say more accessible in most families. So number three, culture and trust. Filipinos tend to rely on family networks or informal groups for financial support. So asking someone to deposit money in a bank feels distant. And some Filipinos distrust banks for a reason that stories about corruptions, collapses, and scams that makes people cautious. And honestly, who wants to risk sending their hard-earned money into something they don't fully understand? Now, if Filipinos distrust banks, then how do people save? Let me tell you a story. Back in the day, people used to save coins in the bamboo pillar of the house, and some used an empty Johnson's baby powder containers or old cans. And I call it short-term savings because it's handy and it's easier for you to take out the coins and the paper bills that you have put in. In our case, since we live with our aunt, my uncle made a hole in a bamboo pillar that was still standing. Now I'd like you to imagine a house that is made of bamboo, located in the middle of the rice fields. And if you visited back then, you'll wonder why there's so many holes in the pillar. One for me, one for my cousin, and others are for my sisters. I call it long-term saving because the pillar was still standing and it still supported the house. So for you to be able to take out the coins or the paper bills that you have put in, it needs a house renovation. And now thinking about it, honestly, it still makes me smile. So yeah, that's how we save. Maybe in the West, it's more systematic, organized. You put your money in the bank. But Filipinos do save. It's just that we do it in a slightly different way. So number 4, geography matters. And why do I say that? Not everyone lives in Manila or Cebu. Many lives in a small island or rural areas where the nearest bank is half an hour away and the travel is not cheap. So here's the truth. In some areas, just getting back and forth can cost you already 100 pesos. And here's what I'd like you to understand. In some families, it's already a lot. They could use that same 100 pesos to buy a rice and a sardines for a meal. That is why, for many, banks feel less like a help and more of like an added burden. Number 5, informal economy. Now, many of you already have an idea that a lot of Filipino work as vendors, drivers, freelancers, or domestic helpers. And payment is cash daily. Now, if you think about it, opening a bank feels like unnecessary because everything is already in cash. And finally, documentation. You need valid ID, proof of address, and other additional paperwork. And if you live in the rural areas, missing documents are a real barriers. Number 6, why does all this matter? Not having a bank account, it's not about convenience. It affects financial security, investment opportunities, and even relationships. Now, here's the takeaway. So, most Filipinos don't use bank accounts because of low financial literacy, income limitations, cultural habits, accessibility, and trust issues. But the good news is that doesn't mean we cannot improve. So, for my foreign viewers, understanding this helps you avoid misunderstandings, support your friends or partners, and communicate more effectively. So, next time when you hear someone say, "Oh, I don't need a bank account," or "I don't use one," now you know how to approach it with understanding and kindness. So, yes, talking about money isn't a red flag. Avoiding it is. So, knowing all these challenges, how would I handle money differently? Well, that's another story. And who knows? I might need a mentor for that one. And that's it for today's video, fam. I wish you all a happy holidays and lots of joy. Have a great day. Bye. Mwah!